Hello, how are you doing, guys? Welcome to How May We Service You, the podcast all about all your service industry stories and comments and just everything. And today we have a very fun episode. It's going to be about getting to know us as hosts a little bit more. We've had some people ask questions about us and that maybe they didn't know who we were because we've had 9 episodes out now and we've had a few episodes that didn't work out. So
Just a few.
Just a few. So I'm going to introduce my lovely co-host, Miss
Gina Ray.
That's right, Miss
I thought
Gina
you said
Ray.
You're introducing me, so I toned out again.
Well, I know. I wanted you to introduce yourself. I love your voice. I wanted you to do it. So
Whatever. Okay, Texas, tell me 5 things you know about me.
5 things I know about you. Oh my gosh, we're going to jump in right now. I thought we were going to do a shot first.
Yes.
Okay, let's do our shot first.
You see how he's like delaying? He's trying to think.
If
he's
you yourself have a shot, take a shot. Cheers, cheers, cheers.
Yes,
cheers.
I'm left-handed. There you go. There's one.
I use both hands for everything.
Ambidextrous?
I am. Ooh, that was yummy. Tell me. Okay, so 5 things about you. Okay, cool. All right, so 1, you just moved to Houston. 2, you work at Crocker Bar, which is now something new in Houston. I met some cool kids actually this last weekend.
Yeah, okay.
And I wanted to send them to come see you. They're actually from Houston. They were in town visiting for the weekend, and they were just sitting at my bar on Sunday. We had such a good night.
Yeah.
Super cool. So shout out to you guys.
I only count that as 1. Houston and Crocker Bar.
That's 2 things, guys. So I'm going to send them to you. So anyways, all right. So you used to be a teacher at the Houston Tillotson College.
Houston Tillotson.
I never say it right. To tell you.
Yeah, but you're registering. I got you.
I got you. I drive by it all the time when I go to my studio.
Okay.
So so Houston Tillotson.
Uh-huh.
I can't say it, but it's there. Let's see here. You are a huge advocate of charity events.
That's factual.
Houston Tillotson.
Houston Tillotson.
Houston Tillotson.
And a philanthropist.
A philanthropist.
Uh-huh.
You are also a podcast host. I sound like I don't know her.
He's reaching.
That's horrible. And
it does sound like that.
It does sound like I don't even know who the fuck you are.
Lord.
I don't know why I'm on the spot. I'm on the spot. And let's see here. You do cupping and you do massage therapy and some things like that.
Yeah, like
holistic help.
I believe
the holistic
Eastern,
whole
holistic.
world kind of helping. So I'm down with that. That's 5. That was more than 5 people. That was more than 5.
Yes.
Don't you think? Anybody? So, back at you, girl. What are 5 things about me?
Yeah, absolutely. You've lasered my vagina before.
How could I have forgot
1.
that? It's a beautiful vagina. She has the best smile.
Texas, stop.
Sideways.
Number 2, you have actually been a professor, teacher, instructor.
I have. Mm-hmm. I still am, actually.
Yeah, you still are.
Just started again this month.
Yeah, absolutely. You have worked at Oil Can Harry's and then not worked there and worked at Rain and then not worked there and then came back to Oil Cans.
I know, so it's full circle.
Yeah.
This was the first gay bar I worked in.
This was?
Yeah.
This was my first gay bar too.
Cheers.
Okay, my only bar.
That's okay. That doesn't matter.
Yeah, loyalty is just...
We are very loyal.
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
What's another one? I'm thinking.
See, it's harder than
love your mom, and she has gorgeous gray hair. She stopped coloring it.
Oh, I do.
And we love that part of that.
I love that you're such a family person like me.
Yeah, I'm very family.
We're so tight. You know, it's like we're tight with our family, and I know there's a lot of people that aren't, so I'm very blessed that I have her and my dad and everyone in my corner. I'm super excited that they're always so excited about my world and that they support everything I do, and I know that that's how your family is.
Yeah.
They support all your work and all your endeavors and just your crazy antics and doing stuff that you're like, is this going to work? And they always stand behind you saying, yes, it's going to work because they believe in you.
Yeah, yeah. And number 5 is your dad likes this like lazy boy chair or whatever.
He does.
Yeah, like I don't know why I thought about that, but
you know,
I think because my dad did too, and
funny.
so it relates to
Totally, my dad literally will sleep in it. So backtrack on that. So my house, I have an L couch. Actually, it's almost this color. And it's in a big L. And I do have a recliner in my living room, and everyone walks in and like, old person. And I'm like, bitch, no. Actually, my boyfriend's sitting on it right now playing video games. I can guarantee you. Because everyone that walks in goes, ugh, old recliner. And then they sit in it and they're like, ooh, this is nice.
Oldie but goodie.
And then before you know it, they're asleep in that motherfucker. Just like my dad. My dad will come and visit, and it's so funny because that chair was in our lake house. And when they sold the lake house, I took their furniture because back then I was broke. And
Absolutely.
I took all their. I was like, bitch, you're not getting rid of that couch or that stuff. I'm taking it with me to Austin, y'all. So I took that, and I've had that recliner for years. And my dad comes back, and it's like he's visiting an old friend. He like comes and he sees it, and he goes. And he sits in it and like melts into this, and it's got like a little dip in one side where you could see that he sat in it the longest. So it's very comfortable. So if you don't have a Lazy Boy, get one.
But like the real do they still make Lazy Boy the brand?
Oh, that's a very good question. I don't know.
Do they?
Does anyone know that? I don't know. We should ask Google.
Got a shrug.
A shrug? I don't know.
Okay, so I'm really glad that it's us on the show today, just us. Because
Me too.
There's a lot of time where we get on tangents with our guests, and we often don't get to talk about as much stuff about the bar as like we originally planned.
Or we don't get to finish our stories because they go crazy, and then we're just like, well.
And Texas forgets about me.
I forget because then I'm like, I'm always the timekeeper, so I'm always trying to stay on time, and I'm like, fuck, we'd have like 6 minutes, and I'm like, we don't have time for our story, bye. So
that brings me to, I'm at Crocker now.
Yeah.
And on
how are you liking that, by the way?
I absolutely genuinely love it.
Okay, so explain Crocker Bar, because I actually had to ask you on Sunday.
Yeah.
Because my clients were like, hey, or my patrons, what job am I at? My patrons were like, well, what kind of bar is it? So they were a straight couple, and they like to go to the gay bars because they love the music, and they were just cool, very cool, and they were like, so what kind of bar is it? So tell us what kind of bar.
We're the Cool Tops.
You're the Cool Tops? Oh my goodness.
It's a gay bar in Houston. It's in the Montrose neighborhood, like we were talking about last week.
Love it.
The owners are super fabulous. My GM is funny and supportive, and I could fuck up a register in some kind of way anywhere I am, and I told him that like when he hired me, and he's been really calm and patient. I have done some shit, and like I don't know how I mess things up, like ghost tabs and close this before that, and then it's crazy.
But how can you work the cockpit up there if you fuck up a register? Because see, I can work a register, but I can't work anything else.
Oh, like the
like
sound
the DJ
and stuff?
booth. Yeah. How do you remember all that?
Because Monday and Tuesdays for 6-7 years, I was the manager, and so like shit would happen, and you just have to be like, dear God, give me the hands of technology.
I'm going to actually put a video. At the end, I'll put a little video of what we have to work with up there. It is a fucking nightmare.
It's stuff that people could use in Vegas.
It's literally like the shit you see like in a fucking cockpit, like in an actual airplane. Like there's so many knobs and buttons and shit. And I have fucked up everything up there. So I've literally thought this is going to catch fire and stop the whole show.
Yeah, so I've got you into a trick, because the trick is I know like 4 things to do in there. And when I'm doing them, I do them really intensely, so
it looks like you know what you're doing.
And then I'm like,
it's like fake it till you make it, because I don't know what the fuck. And I just get annoyed, and I'm like, my brain, I'm too ADD. I actually just found out from a good friend of mine who's a teacher, who I will have on the show, that she was talking about like blood types, and how I'm a blood type O, and how most blood type O's are ADD, or on the spectrum of ADD, ADHD, things like that. And she gave me a test. Do you want to know what the test was? Like a little test?
Yeah.
She had a pen, and just a click pen, and she was clicking it, click, 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 click. And she was like, what does that do to you? And I was like, I want to fucking rip it out of your hand and jab it in your face. And she was like, you're ADD. And I was like, what does that mean? She goes, no, because those little things bother you. She goes, and also other things with ADD. Now, again, she's not a doctor, so she's not diagnosing anybody, but this is just her theories. She actually, I think, wrote a thesis on this. Is that I'm creative. I draw. I play musical instruments. I'm very musically inclined, and I'm very artistic in my life. Like everything in my world is colorful except for my clothes, all black. And she was kind of giving me those things, and I wasn't very sports dominated. I mean, I did play sports when I was younger, but I wasn't the greatest at them. But get me in a situation where I had to write a paper about something that I loved, like English or writing and things like those. I excelled in very, very well. And so she was like, that's kind of where that falls in ADD. So I was like, I know I'm ADD because I forgot what you just said.
Yeah, like, so I'm like ADHD, like all the way. And one
Were
thing.
you good at sports?
Yeah, I played college softball.
So there you go. So she's so right, because ADHD, she
Yeah.
said, we're good at sports. That's how they excelled. They still had, they weren't great with musical instruments. She goes, but they can. She goes, but there's not like a no, you aren't. But she was saying how most ADHD's kids were very good at sports because that's how they it's what they gravitate towards.
Yeah, like, and I think my sister may be ADHD, and she's a lawyer, so like it works really good in her favor. But one thing that I noticed that I think I didn't recognize until I was like in college is, in my studies in my master's program, it was something about like you can't actually multitask. You only can start something and stop it very quickly. Like you can move in between things. So the theory is that you can't multitask because like I can't actually have a conversation with you and drink my drink, but I can have a conversation with you
and then stop and do
drink my drink. So yeah, yeah. So I'm a multitasker.
I remember where I was going. So she starts. See ADD. So when I'm up there in the DJ booth and I see her moving all these knobs that she's like doing like she knows what she's doing, because apparently now you're lying. You don't know.
Don't lie. I do not do that.
It was like, no, she doesn't shake her head. Maybe not. Anyways, so I'm like this. I go, oh, I'm bored. Like, instantly bored. I'm like, there's too many knobs. I'm bored. So then I just zone out, and then I'm like, ooh, look at that little light up there. It's weird. So that's what I do. So anyways, yeah, so there you go. So now you know a little bit about me. I might be a little ADD as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, totally, right? So who else is anyone ADD? Anybody? Are you?
ADHD.
I can't see with the light. No. I can't. I don't know. But if you are, tell us what you do to like, kind of cope with that, because I think that some people don't know how to cope with those things, like ADD.
I chug a Red Bull and it actually focuses me.
See, that doesn't do that for me.
Yeah. Somebody else said that too.
It does that for you too?
Yeah.
You do? All right. So Raymond, what do you do? Are you ADD? Are you ADD, ADHD? He says sure.
Actually, Cy, can you watch Sidebar? Raymond, come here real quick.
Yeah, because I think that sometimes...
We need to talk about you.
Yeah.
This is the person that we mentioned in the podcast that we keep saying is the new bartender. And he keeps fucking up my drink.
Here,
He's been fucking up my drink for a while.
I'm going to move over.
And he finally got it right.
I'm going to move over for just a second.
We just want to know about you real quick.
Sit in the middle. So this is just an impromptu little segment for you. Okay. But thanks for picking up my shift tomorrow too.
You're welcome. Thank you.
He's so lovely. I have a photo shoot tomorrow. Actually, I'm sorry, Wednesday in Los Angeles, and he is going to work for me, so I don't have to work on Tuesday night, so I can just get ready and do my thing. Raymond, tell us a little bit about yourself.
See, I'm 26. I just moved here to Austin this weekend. It's fun. My first apartment, my first anything with my name on it, so I'm very proud of myself.
Okay, very cool, very cool. And how long have you worked at Oil Can Harry's?
A year and 2 months.
Year and 2 months? All right, cool, that's good. Just how long have you been bartending?
4 months.
Okay.
4 months.
You barbacked before?
Yes,
Did you ever do door?
Yeah, I did door for like 2 weeks, and they're like, you're gonna have to work your way up, and then 2 weeks later, you're like, you're gonna be a barback. I'm like,
good, you showed him, Okay, good deal.
I like making the, applesauce.
Okay. What's in an applesauce?
It is the absolute apple, and then you can either do Fireball or Goldschlager, and then a splash of sweet and sour.
There you go. Applesauce
like
is good.
It's really good.
All right, cool. What days do you work here?
I work... I feel like I work every day, but...
you do work a lot. He's a very hard worker, guys.
Yeah.
Very hard worker.
See, I work Monday happy hours, and then Wednesday... I used to do Wednesday happy hours, but I'll be doing Wednesday nights, and then I bar back... Yeah, I bar back Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Very cool. I know you work with me on Sundays. We have burgers on Sunday, and he always brings me my double meat burger with mustard and pickles, because that's how I like it.
And not barbecue chips.
No barbecue chips. I hate them. So, but you know what's odd though? I love barbecue, but I don't like barbecue chips. They piss me off.
They're so good.
I don't know why, because I think I need it to be juicy or something.
So Raymond, how old are you?
26.
You're 26. What'd you do prior to coming to Oil Cans?
I worked at a liquor store. I was the beer guy there for a while, and I loved that, having all that knowledge. I worked with the vendors, and I just love that whole thing. Yeah.
How long did you do that?
How long did you do that? I found out, when I watched the show, I found out that like when we're like this and we don't talk into the mic, it really doesn't make it onto the show.
No, it doesn't.
So, okay, anyways.
I don't know where that came from.
You have my back.
I had something else in my mouth. I don't know. Anyways.
Come on, talk. Go.
So yeah, I was at the liquor store for like 2 years.
Where are you from?
Grew up here in Texas, small little town called Gerald. Most people don't know it. So
Can you give us a point of reference?
let's see, Austin. From here, it's about 45 minutes north of here. So
North?
yes, north.
It's like toward Dallas?
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people
Oh.
know of Gerald because they're driving on their way to Dallas or
Does it have a kolache place in it?
probably.
Like off the highway, like a really famous like kolache, you know what I'm talking about?
No, that's
okay.
probably Salado.
Oh, okay. All right, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
We totally just jacked you from your bar.
We did, but we're going to have you back on for a full episode. But we just wanted to talk about him because we always talk about him earlier.
And we always talk about him being the new bartender. But this is the person that fucks up my drinks. But he's gotten so much better.
He
so
has.
come see him.
And he can't do no wrong because he's working for me tomorrow. So he's perfect. So keep her here. So,
All right.
At least through Tuesday.
Okay, get up, bitch. Bye.
All right,
See you
thank
later.
you, Raymond. We'll see you later. All right, cool.
That was funny.
That's cute.
I was just like, no, come over
Gina
here.
had some food that came in, so just to explain that real fast, because we got here a little late and we had some lighting issues. Again, the cockpit was having some issues. So I was like, eat on the show. I don't give a fuck. Eat on the show, because
That was my opportunity.
Because she has to work right after the show. So I was like, eat because you don't want to eat while you're bartending. So.
Right.
Do you have a problem eating do you have a problem with people eating behind the bar when you're bartending?
No, I don't. And let me tell you why.
Does anyone
Because
else? Do you have a problem with that?
Problem eating with people eating behind the
Do
bar?
you care if you walk in and you see someone eating behind the bar? No, I don't either. You do?
Really? Oh, so we have one of our friends, a bartender, and he said he has a problem with it only because he's not
He doesn't
allowed
get to. So I don't either, because a lot of us work really long hours. Like you work happy hours sometimes from like 1 to like fucking, it's like, and it's not 8 hours because you have to close out. It's like more like 8 and 9.
And sometimes you're doing hair
then you
before
get
that,
stuck
and you
or
jump.
you have a job. So you're there for 10 hours sometimes and you don't get a chance to eat. It's very, very busy. It's high energy. And then you're like, well, shit. I didn't eat all day long and now I'm starving, but I got to go to bed and wake up early and do it again. So I think eating behind the bar, if you're at a busy bar and I see someone eating behind the bar, what I'll do is I'll walk up and I'll say, go ahead, finish, do what you're doing. I'm always very courteous and like,
Because we're humans.
do your thing, do your thing. I'm like, I'm not in a rush, do your thing. I don't need to drink that bad. Finish your burger or your chips or whatever, and then I get my drink.
No, I don't want you to finish your food. Like finish your bite.
But I'm saying finish the bite. Like finish the bite. Like if
Okay.
someone's like got a bite of a burger, I'm not gonna say, excuse me, miss. You know.
But people do though, and they do not give a shit. Like,
Yeah.
you know, my favorite thing is when, like your regulars. I don't want everybody to bring me food because I don't know you, and I
Trust.
And I honestly don't want you to cook it at home because I don't know where you live and what you do. But you know, every now and then, some like chicken tenders. We have tips. Like we're dressed.
Get out! Look at you.
Yes.
Hey, by the way, look,
yes. Hello.
You know, come out here.
Yes.
Come here.
Money,
I want to show
money,
this face.
money,
Look
money.
at that. Look at that. So this little face here, you may recognize from episode 9, but.
Wait, what?
You haven't seen Roxy as a boy. So, yes, Roxy.
Oh my God, I have it.
I love it. Yes. So, Roxy, your episode fucking had me in stitches. Did you think I was going to bring up the curtain
You
situation?
paint really well.
Thank you. I'm not really wearing makeup, but
Wow. No, I'm
today I'm wearing a lot more makeup than usual.
Okay.
That's the actual illusion, the other opposite direction. Yeah. Actually, no, I had no idea. At first I was like, oh, I'm going to have a meeting about this. Oh, God, all right. But you didn't. No, it was great.
No, it was
No,
fabulous.
I think it was appreciated more than anything.
I think it was appreciated, and I think that it brought light to the situation, and now people can laugh about it. Like it's not the elephant in the room.
It ripped the Band-Aid off,
The little
definitely.
red thing at the end of the episode. I about lost my shit when I saw that.
It's still there.
And if you haven't seen episode 9, check it out, bitches, because it's hilarious. So Cheyenne O'Shea, she's still in town, right?
Yeah, she's at home now sleeping.
Perfect. Cool. Well, thank you for our tips, honey.
Thank you so much.
Roxy has a boy, everybody. Like I love this
Oh
episode.
wow!
People just
I've
popping
never
in.
seen, I've never seen it. That's crazy.
Not with that purse.
Oh yeah, with
That
the purse on.
I mean, she got a nice little Louis, honey.
You're
Yes.
a cute guy
Too
too,
cute.
and you just paint really well. Like
Yes. she's
let's talk
beautiful.
about this real quick though.
Right.
No, like sometimes I was telling one of my friends that like baby drag queens will walk up to you when they're painted and be like, "You don't recognize me?" I'm like, that's not how that's supposed to go.
No.
Like you don't want to recognize somebody straight off out of drag.
Yes.
That
yes.
means that you're not contouring
That
properly,
means you didn't.
right? That means you're not beating it
You
down
didn't
right.
blend. You didn't blend. You just, you just put on some contacts and a wig, and you decided you were in drag. That's not drag.
Yes. And if you're having trouble with your brows as a drag queen, I encourage you to go up to any of your older drag sisters or mothers and just ask them versus just walking around with like the little porcupines under the makeup.
I really hate the ugly glued ones when the young ones come in and you could just see the little waves of hair where they just didn't blend it out, and then the highlighter on top of it looks crazy because there's like a whisker hanging out. Bless their little hearts. And I'm a makeup artist, so I can say this shit. I can, because people are like, well, you don't do drag. No, I don't, because I don't want to spend that much time on my face, and I don't really want to spend that much time on your face either. So I'll send you to Roxy. She'll do it. So,
I can just say it because I observed it, and I mean it's just facts.
You did.
But anyway, so that was crazy. That was a good surprise.
Yeah,
I like
no,
that.
good surprise.
Okay,
Roxy.
random. Two
I know.
random people.
I love it.
Yeah, it worked out.
So what else are we going to talk about? Oh my gosh, we had some episodes that didn't make it. We've been shooting this show since June. Right?
End of May.
And we have 9 episodes, so that can just tell you how many shows didn't make it because of sound issues and things. We talked about that in one of the episodes. But it's kind of...
Okay, I remember what I was going to say. I was going to ask you a question.
Oh, yeah.
So going back, like I work on Sundays,
ADD.
whatever. HD. So I work on Sundays, and one of the toilets was broken, one of the urinals, the male urinals.
Okay.
And it just brought me back to being here, and at the end of the night, the urinals or the toilets, like people have broken porcelain bowls in half and everything. So what's the craziest bathroom thing outside of that one story you told?
Oh, the guy licking the toilet?
Yeah. But what's the craziest like bathroom break you've seen? Like,
Okay,
that
so-
you're like...
Well, this wasn't a break per se because it didn't actually break. But what happened was there was I think it was the men's room at Rain. There was one stall that literally was just constantly flushing and on its own and doing these weird things, and we were like, what the fuck is wrong with this thing? So at the end of the night, we were like, we taped it off and said it was broken because it was shoving water everywhere. It was crazy. They opened the back of it where the tank is, and there was a huge butt plug in it. Like a huge butt plug. Like not one you can hide. And
In the toilet?
In the tank. So someone had put a butt plug in the tank of the toilet. Justin, do you remember that? Do you remember the butt plug in the tank? Yes. And we were like, were they saving it for later? I mean, did they lose? Did it come? Did they have it in when they walked in the building?
And it just,
And then they needed to take it out, and so maybe they didn't want to come out of the bathroom with the butt plug in their hand because you couldn't put it in your pocket. It was a very big butt plug. So we thought maybe they were just going to leave it there and maybe come back and get it.
So I think the craziest bathroom experience that I've seen...
It broke the toilet.
It broke the toilet?
It broke the toilet.
So like the pipes here got really badly backed up, and we didn't know why, and they did this whole thing, and I guess, I don't know, the Super Drano thing where you pull... And there was like a t-shirt, like a whole shirt. Like,
Oh, they did the snake. The snake thing
I don't
that
know.
goes in
No,
there
it was
does
like
that?
professional plumbers or something. But do you remember when it was like during Pride and everything, and they had that bathroom, the porta potty bathroom in the back?
I don't
You were
remember
still
that.
working at Rain, and I was over at Sellers, and like oil can. Was it during the World Series? Because like right before it, like somebody messed up the plumbing by like shoving a whole shirt down there. Yeah, they were really nice.
A nice shirt? Or a
No,
nice
the porta
potty?
potties were nice, or whatever. The porta potties.
I'm like, it wasn't nice when they got that shirt back.
The porta
honey.
potties were
It was
nice.
not covered in good stuff, I guarantee. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. One of my friends told me that she's flushed her panties down multiple times, and I'm not going to say where, but it wasn't in one of our bars on this street, just so you know. But she said she's taken them off and then they've hit the ground. And she doesn't want to put them back on. Like if you take them off, to pee or whatever, because women don't sit on the toilets, right? They hover.
Right. No, I don't sit on the
So when
toilet.
she hovered, she said that it's happened once or twice before that the underwear have hit the ground and it's wet down there.
I guess that's skinny bitch problems because my panties don't slide
So
down
she-
my legs,
she said-
so I don't know nothing about that. Sorry.
Some olive oil legs. I don't know where they just.
Yeah, no, because I put cocoa butter on. And,
No, I was thinking olive oil from like
coconut
Popeyes, the skinny
cream.
girl.
Oh, the skinny, yeah.
I'm showing my age, y'all. People don't know who Popeye is.
No, it's okay.
Anyway,
Oh, I just got a text. There are still Lazy boys. Yes.
There are still lazy boys.
Still
Go
a
get
thing.
One. Go get one. Lazy boy. Send me one. Yeah. Give me a new one.
We do take that as a sponsor too. We will change this couch to 2 lazy boys.
I will gladly sit in a lazy boy on this show. You could sit on it with us. We'll get one of those big ones.
Well, they'll buy us 4 lazy boys.
They wanted to know what we would do with us. Can you imagine 4 lazy boys in here? That would look. It would
look amazing.
We would be the older bar for sure. That would be it. It would be it.
That's fine. We're all getting old anyways.
But yeah. So
bartender questions. You ready for this quiz? I looked up this quiz.
Yeah.
I passed it. You ready?
You did. Okay.
Okay. It says basically that the best bartenders are eclectic, right? So that we should know some shit.
Okay.
So James Bond, his favorite drink that he used to order, shaken, not stirred.
Is it a dry martini?
It just asks for martini, margarita, mimosa.
But it was a Vesper martini, like with the
I mean,
with the
can you
Daniel
just wait
Craig
for
one,
me
right?
to give you the options? Is that a thing?
No, I don't know. You're the one with the quiz.
Number 1, martini.
Martinis.
Number 2, margarita. Number 3, mimosa.
Martini. He would never drink a mimosa. Oh my God. Can you imagine James Bond with a mimosa? He wouldn't be here on Sunday happy hour.
Okay, how about this tool helps bartenders create the perfect pour every time. Now,
It's called my brain. It's called my brain. I can count.
most bartenders don't like this tool. I'm not even gonna.
Fucking horrible. New Orleans bourbon pride.
What is it? What's the?
It's called a jigger.
It's a jigger.
I hate that name too. I don't like it.
Yeah,
it's very close
weird.
to something else.
Yeah,
I don't like that
and it
word.
can be, yeah.
I don't like that word at all.
It can be touched.
When people say that, do you know what one? And I'm going to say this because I don't work there anymore. Yes. So my boss at my old place, Hula Hut.
Woo!
I know I did this.
Please blend that together for the beep out.
They literally put jiggers out for all of us because we had a lot of new bartenders. I think it was like starting to be summer.
That is the worst.
They moved some people up, and they were like,
insult.
"You're making your drinks too strong," and blah 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 blah. And they wanted us to make the jigger and do this. And guys, this bar was so busy. Like I'm talking hand over fist. You were busy, and I mean, you would lose weight working one shift. It was just insane. And so the jiggers slow you down. So I remember I got to work one day. And I had to be in 2 bars because I was working a double. I worked on the bigger bar out in the back.
Wait, you're not going to say the word.
What? The deck bar?
No, the word.
What word? I don't want to use it.
Okay.
I was using the thing.
Okay.
Anyways, I was using that thing, and I had to work in the back bar, and I was just like, I was pissed off because I was the opening bartender. It was really crazy, and I saw all of these things just sitting out the jiggers. I don't like it. Anyways, they were out there, and so what I did was I just got them all and I threw them in the trash.
Just call them the disrespectful.
The disrespectful things to bartenders.
The disrespectful.
So I got them and I threw them in the trash, and you know that was the most lovely shift, and I got thanked by so many bartenders. So you're welcome.
Yeah, if you don't know how to pour,
you shouldn't be bartending. If you can't count to 4 to 6 to 8 to 10.
Mine's a 2.
Yours is a 3.
Every bartender has a.
We all have our thing, and you know if yours is 4. If you piss me off, it could be 1.
1 and 2.
1. Soda. $16.50. Anyway, so yeah, it could be. You never know. So.
Okay, which term describes a drink served at room temperature with no ice
Neat.
or chilling? Yes, the word neat. So if you ever want to order, so for me, I do Tito's, neat.
She does.
That means that I just want Tito's in a cup, and that's it.
Yep, a little shot glass or whatever, neat.
Yeah, so if you ever want to order anything like that with no ice and no chilling, it's called neat. And every bartender knows what that is. And if they don't, you should have went to bartending school.
Don't do that. That's embarrassing. I actually teach bartending school on Friday nights. I'll do it here at my bar. You can come and you give me $300. You can watch me work. And you'll get certified. I'll have a certificate for you the next Saturday.
Absolutely. So you can find me at Crocker Bar in Houston, Texas, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday happy hour, and I will give you bartending classes.
It's hands-on knowledge. Just come watch me work. Pay me $300.
Mine's is $250.
Guys, I think we have a business. I think we need to DBA this and have a business right now.
Okay, but just to be clear, mine is only $250.
Jeremy is at Sellers too.
And it's an hour crash course.
Mine is $300. Watch me all night, bitch.
Okay, so Tom Cruise showed off his bartending skills in this classic 1988.
Cocktail.
Is it really cocktail?
Yes.
Okay, I thought it was risky business, so maybe that's the one I got wrong.
That's when he was in the little socks and his like white shirt. And
Yeah,
he,
but
like,
didn't he have like a...
No.
Never mind.
No.
Fuck it. I got it
Kokomo.
wrong.
That was a Kokomo.
Oh, I feel bad. The answer's like right under it, and I never noticed before. Okay, anyways. Okay, these cocktail additives made from herbs and roots are used to make a better Manhattan and classic martini.
Vermouth? Bitters?
Bitters.
No, bitters.
Yep.
I hate it.
Yep.
I trained you. You know that.
I was ADD that day.
It says, think of bitters as the bartender's spice rack.
Or my personality.
Or some of our personalities
Someone-
after you don't tip us.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's too funny.
Okay. How can you establish the proof of a liquor?
Looking at the bottom of the label. That is the truth. It says it on the label.
So you just double it. So if a vodka is 40% ABV, then it's 80 proof.
See, I already got bored.
Then it's 30 proof.
Bored. Numbers, bored. Already bored.
Yeah, but people ask this stuff. Like I had somebody ask the other day about a proof of a vodka because they wanted the strongest proof one.
Oh, I get it.
And
Okay.
so like we were looking it up, and I actually like learned something off the quiz from it. So
I would have said, you Google it and come back to me when you're ready. Next.
the stronger vodka.
Which one was the strongest one?
I think it was like Kettle or Tito's or something like that. Was it Tito's?
Kettle?
Kettle.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's
I
one
like
of
Kettle.
those. But you know what's really strong is Rumplemints. Rumplemints is a very strong...
Rumplemints caused me to lose money I got really drunk with one of my coworkers drinking Rumplemints back in the day when we could, and I dropped my tip jar into the trash can halfway through the night, and the rest of it got covered in trash, so I lost all my tips. It's disgustingly fun. Let's put it that way. My boyfriend loves Rumplemints. It's insane. He'll have 3, and then I'm like, he's not even my boyfriend anymore. He turns into something else. I don't know. It's crazy. It's insane.
One of my new gorgeous like customers in Houston, she always does Rumplemints. And she comes in like stallion style, and like there's this song that flies behind her and shit, and I'm like,
Damn, girl.
oh my God, you're so cool.
Rumplemints is strong, though. Did anyone ever do Fire and Ice back in the day? Do you know what Fire and Ice is?
Tell people no. And you know what? I hope nobody that isn't a bartender isn't watching this, because you should not order this from a bartender.
No.
But you can tell them what it is. Go
Fire
ahead.
and Ice is Goldschlager and fucking Rumplemints together. That's it. And it is literally this thing that you put down. It's like the Pepto-Bismol commercial where you drink it and the Pepto goes
Wait,
down.
you said is what?
Goldschlager and Rumplemints.
No, it's Fireball.
No, old school. They didn't have Fireball back in the day, kids.
Oh, okay. But
I was taught there was no Fireball back
But
when I was
now
taught
it's
this,
Fireball.
because there was no Fireball. But I'm gonna say it was Goldschlager, because that was the first cinnamon. Yeah, that was the drink. So yeah.
Okay.
So now you kids may have Fireball and
Rumplemints.
but no, back in the day it was Goldschlager.
yeah. And then a Starry Night, which is so disgusting.
Oh.
It's a Jaeger and Goldschlager, and like the dark of the Jaeger, and then the Goldschlager flecks
Yes.
of little flakes of
Disgusting.
gold and stuff.
Just talk about throw up later. It's gross. Anyways, we have time for about one more.
About one more. Well, shit. Okay.
And then pick one more, because we do have a question on Twitter.
Oh, we do? Mm-hmm. No, we don't need...
Actually, we have 2.
Okay, let's go to that.
Okay. All right.
That's
so
all I wanted to
from
ask.
Kathleen, did you expect to stay in the service industry as long as you have?
No.
Me either.
It's addictive. You go back to it. You try to leave. It's social.
So let's go on
hard.
that. So go back to that. So how long were you in it first, and then you got out and then got back in?
Like 8.5,
So
9-ish.
8.5 years, 9 years, somewhere
Something
in
like
there.
there.
Is how long you bartended.
And I was out for a year and a half.
Okay.
But I just wasn't bartending here. Like I had my own little, like I have my
catering.
own.
Oh yeah, or catering.
Yeah,
company.
no, I have my own brand, and I do staffing events. So I would, with nonprofits and stuff, I would still do a little bartending and pick up contracts and stuff.
Okay.
So I guess I never really left.
No, I don't really think you did. You didn't actually physically leave it because you were still doing it.
Yeah, because I have my TABC license the whole
So
time.
you've been in it a long time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in it for, I started in the service industry when I was 16 and waiting tables. And then I quit working for probably, I want to say 4.5 years. This last 4.5 years, like I started back up again in May of this year. So it's been a while. So I actually quit completely because I was teaching and working at a school, and then I got back into it because this is easy. It's easy for me because it's just it felt like riding a bike, and you're just like boom, you're there, and it is very kind of. What is the word I'm looking for?
It's easy, but it's hard.
It's not,
though.
it's not. I don't want to say it's easy. It's one of the words. It's easy for me, I guess, because I'm good at what I do and I like talking to people. I like being around people. I like high energy. I like being busy. I like seeing new faces. And so for me, it's like instant gratification. Like I make a drink, it's gone, they're done, they leave, we talk, we do our thing. And I can just do that all night long. And so for me, it's just, it was kind of like going home, I guess, because it was, okay, 4.5 year break. But then bartending was always something I had loved to do and I made really good money doing it. So yeah, so that's kind of where I came back.
Mine was an uphill battle the whole time. Like just here, establishing myself, everything, learning and on. And I also worked full time during the day, the entire time I was working here, minus 13 on. So for the first 3 or 4 years when I was like really establishing myself and everything. But when I got there, like just the celebration and being able to hang out and be with your friends and have all these people that know you and their stories and
I always feel like we're
cool.
throwing a party and we're like the hosts of the party. Do you ever feel like that? Does anyone feel like that sometimes?
So you're always
like
on.
when all your friends are coming to the bar and you're saying hey, and they're there for a minute and then they go off and do their thing and then more friends come in and see you. It's kind of like we're hosting a party and
yeah, absolutely.
We're making money while they're getting drunk. So I sometimes appreciate that because they're wasted and I'm like, I come home with money. Y'all spent $200. I made $200.
My favorite time is when me and a lot of my friends that are bartenders and work in the bars are hanging out. You would be surprised how quiet we are. It's just like...
Well, I don't know about that. I don't know. We have a very loud bunch here.
No, yeah, but sometimes it's silent moments in between that we're able to have because we don't have to be on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and everybody's just like...
For sure.
It's nice. It's quiet.
It's nice going home and then hearing nothing when you're after work, especially with a lot of us that get home at 5 in the morning or 4 in the morning because some of us go to breakfast after we get off work and then we're there's people. How many people have driven home and see people running, jogging in the morning and they're just starting their morning and we're just now going home and I'm like, oh my god. So yeah, I appreciate that. So yeah, that's
my
cool.
body wakes me up at 9 a.m. every morning.
So to answer your question, Miss Kathleen, from Twitter, no, I did not expect to be in it this long, but do I love it? Yes. Will I eventually get back out of it again? Probably, but who knows? Maybe I'll come back to it again. You never know. It's always here for you. If you leave a good impression with your establishment you work for, most bars will take you back. Because if you were a good bartender, a good employee, I think that most of them will have you come back. I mean, with open arms, because they really want you to be there. Most, not everybody. What's that? Oh yeah, me too. Me too.
Yeah,
Twice.
no, yeah, I've been back.
Yeah,
so.
we're all back. So anyways, it happens. So thank you, Kathleen. We have another question too from Miss Summer Taco. Miss Summer Taco on Twitter. How long on average does it take you to be performance ready?
Was that for the drag queens?
That could be, or what's their favorite color to coordinate outfits and dislikes of coordinating with? And can you do a booty shake?
Okay, yeah, those are drag queen questions.
Those are drag queen questions. So here, I'm going to say this. I'm going to answer for Roxy because I know how long it takes her to get ready.
Okay.
All day. Justin, how long does it take you to transform to perform?
For drag?
Mm-hmm. Average. Let's say on an average... About 5 hours. I know that when I've done drag makeup, just the makeup and just... Oh, yeah, that's like shaving everything.
So I think I can answer accurately from that statement. I think depending on the drag queen and where they are
because a lot of the drag queens now are doing the beard. Oh, well, speaking of, there you are. Roxy, how long does it take you to get ready for come back over here. Come sit.
We need you again.
That's okay.
It's fine.
Well, this is perfect because the question was, how long does it take you to get ready to perform?
Answer from the front.
Excuse me. Okay. For work. Is it Friday or Sunday here in Austin? Am I getting ready for work?
Whatever.
If depending on what's going on the day of, just because since we don't really have a dressing area here, so we have to make sure we pack everything properly. I give myself a good 3 hours. Because, you have to shave, make sure your skin's not bleeding before you put that loads of makeup on, you do all that kind of crap. And then I put my hair on when I get here. Because, trying to travel in my hair, the height that it is.
Do you have a sunroof?
No, girl. Can you imagine on Fridays my big old mohawk could be like going like Priscilla, just like.
Yeah, her mohawk is huge. So I'm like, I could just see. I would love to see you driving down the street with your hair through the sunroof.
Can you imagine?
Can you borrow my car and just get? And we need a photo shoot.
You have a sunroof?
I do.
Let's do a photo shoot.
I think a photo shoot would be great. Let's do it.
And you know what, Gina? I meant to tell you. My mother is also an Infinity. India Brooks, India Infinity. She wins face for your house, or she did back in the day with Power. I know, small world, bitch, small world. Oh my God,
we just learned something. So if you didn't know that, here, Gina, tell them what happened because this was from last episode.
Oh, last episode when we were talking about our drag names.
Yeah,
but
drag
my
names.
brand is Lorraine Infinity. And so it was just plugged. And you know what? I'm going to say something about Roxy. She called me when she was coming down to Houston and she was serious about us hanging out. And I have never had somebody follow up like that. That meant a lot.
Aww.
It really did. It was
I
cool.
love you too.
I was like, that was some fucking good shit.
I love Roxy because we're family here. So so 5 hours, 3 hours. I know that when I did drag, not from myself getting myself ready, but getting other people ready for drag, just doing their face alone and wig was probably around, I want to say 3.5 hours is how long it took me to do. And I just was like, I don't want to do this no more.
This business takes a long time too.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That business takes a long time too.
So getting to that, we're talking about the business down there. So where does it, so Willem, this will be our last question.
We're so curious about that.
Willem did a video, and on YouTube, she did a video and showed how things get tucked and moved. The beans and the franks. Was it? I think it was Willem.
Oh, Trinity did one too.
Okay, Trinity did too.
Trinity did one too.
So would you tell us where it goes?
Well, if you're like myself and you have very large testicles, I'm like old school, so I pull out that big old stretchy clear tape, and I
know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? I pull out the paper towel, I wrap my goodies, I sling those goodies back around my shoulder a few times and tape that shit back. Some queens, you can just push it with boy underwear, with padding, that kind of thing too, but depending on how large your testicles are, because those bitches don't, you know what I'm saying? The penis shaft, when it's flaccid, will move around and mold, but everything else don't mold, bitch. It don't mold.
Shrinkage. You seen Seinfeld?
Yep, I did the one big piece of tape, and I did the little Y situation. Yeah. Honey, I was raised by fierce transsexuals. Okay, so they taught me how to pack that shit away.
I did not. I still can't get it. So there's a Y.
One big long piece of tape that goes from right here to the. Right, you can probably see the residue from last night still on my back.
I do. I see it. Yeah.
And then you take the two short pieces and you add it to the long piece there, and you make a Y.
You do the strap across the top.
Yep, and you do a strap across the top so it doesn't pucker and fall apart.
You know.
Yeah, bitch.
I learned how to do that when I was 17 from a drag queen in Amarillo, Texas named Amber.
Wow. Do you know Amber?
No, you don't. Redhead? No, you don't.
Small
you
world.
are.
It is, guys.
She was talking to me in the back. She was talking to me in the back, and she was like, "Honey," da da da, and I was like, "Wow, this is awesome."
Well, that's amazing. Well, summer tacos.
That's
so yeah.
crazy.
So it could take 3 to 5 hours.
But the Y is like the classic tuck.
The Y, okay.
Old school.
So the balls go back, and then the dick goes in.
Well, the Y helps
underneath.
cup the balls.
Yeah.
It's part of it.
Honey, you hear it all. You know, you were
and
learning.
then if you're
things.
like me with big balls, you have a double wide Y. I add more tape on the side, so it really takes it.
I didn't make that face because it's a bad thing. I just got scared because mine are hairy a little bit.
That's
and so
the paper towel, kind of like.
paper towel.
Not that I'm hairy at all, but yeah, and you kind of put it there, and then you take that long piece, and you take the end of it, the tail, and you just kind of jack it up, and you stick it, and you put on some panties and your pants.
What happens if you have to fart? Because that tape is in there, right?
Well, crop dusting.
Does it make a
drag
little,
queens? Drag
do you
queens
know,
crop dust
do you know,
the
like
house
when you were,
down.
when you were young, did anyone ever do that little with the paper?
Oh yeah.
Is that what it sounds like? If you ever hear anyone go, like, I'm like,
well, you
bitch,
can.
that drag queen just farted. That duct
Girl,
tape.
I crop dust all day Sunday, honey. That's why I float around so much. I'm like, because I have to have so many protein bars to keep going, because I'm here from 5 p.m. supposed to be until 2 a.m. So
some people like that, I bet. So here you go. So now you know the duct tape goes over the butthole, the balls go in, there's a Y shape, and then tape.
It's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing.
So Roxy, you should make a video. You should make a video. I think it would be a great video. I'll videotape it.
I'll help you. I'll do it with you.
You know what? You know what's hilarious? If you watch Trinity the Tuck's tucking video. So Trinity is one of my good sisters from Florida. I still kind of like look up to her, but she does this video because she tucks the Florida way, where you're all bare-legged and you're naked, with tights and pads and that kind of thing. And honey, she will tuck until you don't see nothing. Like nothing.
I've seen some drag queens where they have a little knuckle still, little moose knuckle going on. But then I've seen some drag queens where it's like
cupcake. Well, yeah, she'll give you nothing
honey,
but
she don't
scrotum.
tuck. She doesn't tuck.
She'll give you nothing but scrotum, honey.
I think
That's
she
it.
wears a cock ring. Anyways, that's right, Cupcake. You were supposed to be on the
Push it
show.
up.
You're in trouble. Anyways, they were, but anyways, it's fine. But she wears a cock ring. It's fine. But yeah, so there you go. I was just curious in case anyone wanted to know, because that's part of getting ready. And also one more thing. Do you do the milk of magnesia on the face for sweating?
Does that actually work?
It actually does work.
Wow.
I quit doing it because after my little bat that I had last winter, my skin's just so fucking sensitive. But it actually does work. I wouldn't recommend doing it all the time for queens that actually work in the sunlight or in the summertime with the heat and the sweat. I did do it a few times when I was in living and working in Mykonos, Greece. In the summertime, in the heat of like end of July, August, I did it, and it really just kept my pores from opening.
So we keep saying it. Go ahead and describe what it is about the milk of magnesia that you actually do.
So it actually, you just use it. Yeah, it's a primer. You use it as a primer. You let it dry, and then on top of that, you put your foundation, and it keeps your pores closed. So you don't like sweat through it, and your makeup doesn't go running off everywhere.
I learned that from a drag queen, and God, I wish I remember her name, but it was in New York when I was younger, actually, and I can't remember what bar we were at. I think we were at Barracuda, and she told me, because
Was
Barracuda.
it Joey Arias? It might have been Joey.
I know Joey. No.
Joey does old school
I
makeup.
love Joey. No, I love
Yeah.
Joey. No, it wasn't Joey, because I saw Joey in Vegas for Zumanity, but no. That's how we met. We didn't even meet in New York. Anyways, yeah.
She usually only comes out if Sherry drags her out.
Yeah, I didn't meet her in New York. I met her at Zumanity in New York. I'm sorry, Vegas. But no, I can't remember. But she did a lot of Courtney Love numbers.
Does it like clog your pores though? Like, is it not good?
No,
like,
it wasn't
breathy?
Candace Cain.
Like, what is it?
It does clog your pores.
It does clog.
It's not healthy.
No, it's not good
not
for you.
healthy,
It's not good
okay.
for you, but it's something that helps.
It's a trick.
Just a question, yeah. So
Got it.
anyways, yeah. But I learned that because she would do a lot of, because Barracuda is very small and it was sweaty, so she would be like, "That's my little trick." So yeah, it's very big. It's very small.
Got
Very small.
it.
All right, kids. Well, you learned about moose knuckles.
Yeah, another side note. Sorry.
Taping. Mackie, are you ready? Do you want to tape something? No.
Mackie's like, no, thank you.
No.
Not even a crack of a smile. He's like, fuck that.
All right, kids.
Named Mackie, by the way.
What's his name?
Mackie.
I gave Mackie a hashtag. He's the ass of Texas.
The ass of
The
Texas.
ass of Texas.
Oh.
If you want to see a video of Mackie's ass, if you just go to Facebook, and what is it?
Cyanide.
Yeah. We'll just put it like right here. But it's this great video, and it like does this aerial zoom in on Mackie's butt. And then it's about Bubbles and
I've never seen it.
the bar dog, but it really starts on Mackie's ass.
Well,
I watched it like 10 times. I was like, this is
send
great.
it to me. I feel so bad.
I'll tag you in it.
Why are you running away, Mackie?
Because he's tired of us talking about him. But
All right, kids. We want to thank you guys for watching How May We
Thank you
Service
so
You.
much.
Thank you for
And
asking
BT
all your
Dub.
questions. Thank you, Twitter, Kathleen,
Yes.
Taco, Summer
Yes.
Taco, whatever.
And if you are in the audience and we just need to ask you a question, just best believe we're going to pull you on stage.
We could.
However you are.
We want to remind you you guys that next week we won't be here because you're out of town on the 23rd.
I am. My brother is getting married.
So we will not have a show next week.
Lake Tahoe.
But that's okay. This episode will be out. You can check us out on YouTube. Please follow our channel and subscribe. Again, it's How May We Service You. We also have our website coming up very soon, howmayweserviceyou.com. You can reach us on our social media handles as well. They'll be right there at the beginning of the show. And again, like, subscribe, come watch us if you want to see us. If you're in the Austin area, right here at 211 West 4th Street. And again, this is at Oil Can Harry's. Again, remember that right after the show, we have our trivia night. Tonight, it's How We Met Your Mother.
What's the trivia tonight?
Yes.
How We Met Your Mother.
The geeks. We have the Geek Guild here.
Yes.
They're here. Guild of Geeks. I said it wrong.
And
I think I'm
first
tipsy.
prize is $100.
No. First prize for this tournament of the Smash Bros is $100. Correct?
Gift card.
Boom. Holly,
Yeah.
did I do it right?
Yes.
Damn it, I did it right. Okay, guys. So stick around again on Mondays. It's a lot of fun. Game night. Nerd out with all of us. And
What days do you work, Texas? Because I don't think you've ever actually said that on the show.
I think I'm gonna just tell people I'm working on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're gonna leave it there.
Oh, okay. I work on Monday nights, and then you can go to Houston and find me Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday happy hour.
There you go.
There we go.
And see Roxy every
Friday?
Tuesday. I'm sorry, no, bitch.
Every
Friday?
Thursday, Friday.
Thursday, Friday, Sunday.
Sunday.
Thursday, Friday, Sunday. Our schedules are changing. It's crazy. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, like, please subscribe, watch our YouTube channel, and leave some comments. We'll see you again in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye. Love you.